Sunday, it's Mother's Day, and oh god, it's Mother's Day. Oh, restaurants are going to be busy as bugger. Yeah, maybe we won't go to Pride of Lincoln today. So with exception of the last little bit that went on yesterday's vlog, well, vlog that went up yesterday anyway, we didn't actually film it at all yesterday. Spent the day actually just kind of enjoying the day instead, not wanting to document it all. I told you that last night Danny's mum and dad, Dan and Dave, they had Jason Munford tickets. He ended up being like an hour late on stage. He got stuck in traffic from way over to Manchester. But to make up for it, he bought the entire room around front bar in paper today. He's picked up that round cost him $3.5 grand, and that were that spirits as well. It's because some people were buying Copperberg apparently, which is like $4.50 a bottle from the place where this gig was. I think that's. I mean, he didn't have to do it, did he? He didn't have to offer to buy everybody drinks as a compensation for being late. It says what kind of guy he is, I suppose. We went to Torksey yesterday for the Torksey car boot, and I mean, Danny didn't really buy out. I think she got a couple of tops, but I got this really cool like project for me and my dad to pick up on, a lap steel guitar. Now we're thinking, you know, guy, we're going to want 50-60 quid for it. He said 20 quid. Like, even if we're going to have to spend a bit of money on doing it up, if we get it working again, it probably is 70 quid's worth of kit. So if I decided I fancied a quick profit at Ender it, I've got that. But if not, I've always kind of fancied owning a lap steel, which is I don't know, some of you don't. Most of you don't play instruments. A lap steel is just literally, it's like a guitar but on a flat board, and you lay that across your knees and you use a bar to slide up, and you play like blues slide on it. And I've always kind of fancied owning one, but couldn't justify spending decent money on getting something like that because it won't get used that much. It'd be just a glorified toy. But when he said 20 quid, like, even Danny forced me into it, and she gets pretty wound up when I keep buying and selling guitars. So she says that I've got to get it. I kind of had to get it. And last night, like I said, we were house sitting while Dan and Dave went off to see Jason Munford. And me and Danny got a takeaway. Pretty nice food actually. I mean, Danny's mum were one that like recommended this particular Indian, because I wasn't in mood for curry. I'm always in mood for curry. I like hot food, but it was really tasty. I'd eat there again, let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm out with dog now, doing his morning constitutional, and it is so weird that I come from a fairly small village. You know, the place I live, I think it's got 16,000 people that live there, and the idea when you're walking around in the morning to say good morning or hello to people you don't know, that's just, it's one of them things that's probably like unheard of where I come from, because as small as the village is, a lot of people tend to know each other, so you'll speak, but if you don't know each other, you tend to ignore each other. Whereas when you're walking around here, as you saw in yesterday's video when we were trying to put an end on it, somebody walked past us and straight away they said hello to us. And that happens all the time here. Like, people just, as they're passing, like, hello, good morning. It's crazy. It just seems a bit alien to me. And don't get me wrong, I like it. I think definitely no wrong with being friendly. It's just going to take a while to get used to, I suppose. Not that I'm going to need to get used to it, because we go home again tomorrow. Well, no, tonight. Yeah, drive home tonight, but it is just a bit of a strange concept for me. I'm sure I'll get used to it eventually though. I said that I feel bad for not really filming out yesterday, and part of me does, because I mean, I'm doing these vlogs because I want to do them, you know. I'm putting them out there on net for you all to see, kind of crap that I get up to on a day-to-day basis, but it was kind of nice not having to feel like I had to film everything we did, that I had to let you all see what I'd been up to. And I don't want it to sound like doing these as a chore, because it ain't. I mean, there's nobody forcing me to do them, is there? I'm doing them because I want to do. But I also don't want to get into a position where I'm forcing myself to do it every single day, because I'd rather get like a couple of days put together with something that's actually worth watching than force myself to make the same video every day, because I haven't really done much that warrants being filmed. And if that means that I skip a day, or if I take 2, 3, 4 days to put one of these together, then that's just what it's going to be. I mean, I went on a bit of a spree over last week and got, what, 4 up compared to the 2 that I put up like in December, and then never got around to doing any more. But that's because I've had plenty to put in, but I didn't want to, I kind of don't want to force it. I don't want to make myself film videos or make myself find things to film, and I also don't want to feel like I have to film absolutely everything. I think that's why it were good for me to have a day yesterday where I didn't have to film, or just didn't film, because it meant I could just have a day to myself and enjoy what it was that we were doing. And I ain't got a clue what we're even doing today, to be perfectly honest. So it's last day here before we go home, and we might be heading shopping again. I know Danny were wanting to look in TK Maxx before we went back, because one here is pretty good, but we'll just take day as it comes. God, that was a weird experience. Just walking down path on his way back to Dan and Dave's, and I see this group of small children like coming towards us on scooters and bikes, and all of a sudden one of them just starts wailing, like screaming for his dad, and he stood there rooted to the spot, just glaring at us, this little kid, screaming because of the dog. I mean, you've seen him, right? You know that he's got these tiny little legs, and all he ever does is smile. It's like the least threatening dog in the world, and this kid's petrified, and just, it does not compute. Just can't get my head around that one. I suppose if you've got a phobia, you've got a phobia. He could have been bit by a dog in the past. It's just a weird one, him like petrified of this thing. It's like the world's least threatening pooch. But each to their own. It's like Danny's afraid of spiders, I'm afraid of heights. We've all got his phobias, I suppose, but fear of Scooby-Doos. Weird. Speaking to an old friend last night on Facebook, someone that I'd not spoke to in quite a while actually. Who, in fact, it said it all in the message thread on Facebook. The last message we'd sent were like 2011. But yeah, I was talking to an old friend called Lizzie, and it's such a weird feeling that after she pointed some art to me, saying that I'm never going to have to tell people what I've been up to ever again. You know, like that age-old question, oh, how are you doing, what you been up to? I'm not going to have to do that anymore. It's like, everything that I have been up to is going to be on these videos. It's a strange feeling. Oh, dog spotted a squirrel. Oh, but yeah, it's such a strange feeling knowing that I'm never going to have to explain what I've been up to people, unless they obviously, you know, haven't been watching my videos, in which case, shame on you. But Scooby, it's gone. You seen that film, Up, right? You know, Doug the dog? Yeah, that's him. But not just with squirrels, with like anything. It's like, ooh, shiny, ooh, squirrel, ooh, me. Strange little thing. But yeah, unless people have not actually been watching my videos, which is probably quite a lot, yeah, because, you know, I only have a few subscribers and a few watchers, but the people that have not been watching my videos, fair enough, but people that have, I'm never going to have to tell them what I've been up to recently. It's like all my friends that I don't get to see often enough. They're not going to need to ask what I've been up to because they'll know. It'll be in these videos. And that's a strange feeling. But hey, I mean, there's people that have been doing this for like 5 years every single day, and there's something really cool about that. There's just something infinitely cool about people that can keep up with such passion, keep doing the same thing, and really make it theirs, if that makes sense. People that can kind of keep this up for like all that time, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do that as well, because since I kind of lost band, I've not really had out that's been mine, note that I can kind of throw my effort into and be prouder. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm proud of the fact that I've still got a job after all these years, that they've not got rid of me for being useless, because I'm terrified that they're going to find that out one day. But, and it's great having a loving girlfriend, or fiance should I say, having my own place, having pets, being able to play guitar, you know, stuff like that. But since losing band, I've not really had out that I can kind of concentrate on, out that I can kind of make mine. So hopefully I'll be able to kind of turn this into like my new thing and keep up with this. And who knows, in a few years time, in 10 years, 20 years, I might be able to look back at these videos and say, wow, that's what life was like for us back then. I mean, I'd like to think that I might be a little bit better off in the future, but I suppose there's nothing that's certain. But yeah, I mean, even if I keep up with it for a year before losing interest, I'm going to have like a year of my life documented on film that I can just look back at whenever I want. And there's just something special about that. I don't know what it is, but there is. It's a unique feeling. Said we'd probably end up coming. Well, we're back. Oh, it's I don't want to say it's a shame, because I do enjoy coming home. I enjoy being at home, but it's almost like, I don't think anticlimatic's like quite the right word for it, but when you just spend like 3 or 4 days being able to just walk straight out the door and you're already in like a really nice park, and you're walking by a lake, and then you come back home, and the reality is that when you take dog out to a place that's local for you, you end up with that. It's quite the contrast, you know. But we are back, and I was planning on filming some stuff in car on way back, but I forgot to take memory card out at laptop before we put that in boot, so that didn't happen. And then last night Jackie and Steve came over and we had a few drinks, kind of late birthday celebration for Danny. And when you're drinking, last thing I wanted to be doing is floating a camera around. So yeah, I don't know if there's going to be that much left in this video, to be perfectly honest, because I've already got about 12 minutes of me just rambling on that I filmed yesterday before we came home, so we'll see. But yeah, home sweet home. So it's Tuesday afternoon, and Danny's hospital appointment this morning. She didn't want me to go here, and I kind of understand why. She had both her mum and dad going with her, and she didn't really want a crowd waiting for her, so I kind of said I'd stay at home, potter about doing bits of tidying, and I've kind of been finding stuff to keep me busy. I've watched back end CM Punk documentary on YouTube. I'm watching Triple H one at minute. She's phoned me. She's had procedures done. She's had investigatory cameras to see if they can find out what's up with her. And shitty thing is, they've come back. Well, I said shitty thing, it's both a blessing and like a bad thing that they've come back without finding out. And on one hand, it's good knowing that there's no serious that they've found from doing these procedures, but at the same time, it's kind of crap that she still doesn't know what's wrong with her. And I think she's nipped to McDonald's with her mum and dad from coming from hospital. She's not been able to eat. She couldn't eat all yesterday. She had to drink these like sachets that were to like empty her basically. So she must have been starving by the time she got out there, and she was 2 hours late going in from what she said to me when she rang me when she got out, and that can't have been good. You know, your appointment being at like 10:15 in the morning and it being gone 12 before you actually go in to have it done. But I guess we need to find out what next round of tests is going to be, because there's something wrong. It's plainly obvious that there's something wrong, and they just need to find out what that is. And I am glad that it's come back that there's nothing seriously wrong with her, but at the same time she needs an answer, because these last few months have been hell for her, and I just hate seeing her ill. But need to keep positive, I suppose, and hopefully they'll find out what it is with next round of tests, and if not, then we'll just keep going, because there's going to be an answer. It's just finding it. But you've got to stay positive with this kind of thing, so that's what I'm trying to do. And if she doesn't, I'll be here to kind of help her. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I think that's the end of this video. And I know I'm sorry that there's not been much exciting in it compared to like few beforehand, but it's kind of been coming down from going away, so just like relaxing. And I'm back to work on Friday for a couple of days, and then I'm off again for another 3, because it's WrestleMania on Sunday, and I'll be watching that. And I'm definitely taking my camera when we go and watch it at mate Steve's house, because I imagine that the drunker we get while watching, the footage that I'm going to get on this is going to be quite amusing, or if not amusing, embarrassing, and that kind of equals the same thing really when you think about it. So yeah, that should be fun. But yeah, I'll end this one here, and thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.